There's nothing better after a win than to get out there and play another match just 5 days later. Newcastle are taking on Southampton this weekend. Coming up are my thoughts on the match, plus predictions for all the other Premier League matches over the course of this weekend. After a decent second half performance last time out, Steve Bruce's Mags managed to defeat a lacklustre Everton 2-1 at St James's Park to take their points total to 11. Not bad from the first 7 matches. Performances, as we know, don't often warrant the number of points we have, and that is certainly the case for the season so far. However, despite not being a fan of Bruce Ball, I mean, who is? I'd much rather see us pick up points than to be languishing at the foot of the table with the likes of West Brom. Callum Wilson is proving to be the exact difference maker we wanted and needed him to be. He netted himself a brace against Everton and has already scored 6 league goals for us this season. Fantastic return so far. That wasn't deemed enough for the England manager Gareth Southgate though, who once again snubbed him. Selfishly, I'm quite pleased about that, to be perfectly honest, because I don't think it can be underestimated just how vital Wilson is to our team. Without him, we're looking awfully blunt in terms of finishers in the squad, so if he doesn't have to risk an injury on international duty, then I'm all for that. My biggest question for this week is whether Bruce can build on the good results against Everton and Wolves and, more importantly, get some balance in the team. The 3-5-2 formation has, in fairness, worked well defensively for us, and I think Murphy and Lewis have both stepped up and done well as the wing-backs. Wolves and Everton didn't pose us too much threat, and so we were able to keep it tight and get the goals we needed to secure 4 points from those 2 matches. Now, the good news for Newcastle United is that Danny Ings is out after suffering an injury against Aston Villa. A game Southampton actually led 4-0 at one point. Obviously, I wish Ings well, don't like to see any player get injured, but you can't deny it's a big positive with the way he's played this season that our defence won't have to deal with him. Of course, one man in the Southampton team who is playing well is Ward-Prowse, and I just hope that we don't give too many free kicks away around the edge of the box, because clearly he's very good at taking those. I'm definitely more confident about this game than I would have been if Ings had have been playing, but Southampton are a dangerous side still, and I feel that they are very well organised. This won't be an easy match for Newcastle, and we will still, like I say, have to wait to see if Bruce can find that attacking formula to get a bit more balance in the team that we all want to see more of. Until I see evidence of that though, I'll be a little cautious with my prediction, and I'll say it'll end 1-1. So let's look at the other Premier League matches then this weekend, and here are my score predictions for the other 9 matches. First up, Brighton v Burnley on Friday night. I think Brighton are the opposite of Newcastle in a sense this season. They seem to play well but don't have the points that their play warrants. However, I think this is a game that is a great opportunity for Brighton to get back on track and get a win, which is very much needed against a very poor Burnley team. 2-0 to Brighton. Everton v Man United is the lunchtime kickoff at Goodison Park, and Manchester United's under pressure boss Ole Gunnar Solskjaer goes there needing a win. Man United have only won 2 league games this season and fans are getting restless. Everton see both Rodriguez and Richarlison return, massive for them, and I have more faith that Everton will bounce back after losing their last 2 matches than I do Man United. I think it'll be a tight game, but 2-1 to Everton. Palace v Leeds is going to be a really interesting game at Selhurst Park. Sees 2 teams with identical records go head to head. Both teams will be happy with their starts to the season, 10 points gained so far, and this match is a huge chance for one of them to get a very, very big win. Leeds score more freely, but they also concede more than most teams. So overall, I'll still give them the edge over a fairly blunt Palace attack who've only scored 8 goals so far. I actually think Leeds will win this one 3-1. Chelsea v Sheffield United. I predicted Sheffield United would struggle this season, and on the evidence we've seen so far, I think I've been correct. I can't see them having much joy against a very good Chelsea team either, who have scored plenty of goals already this season and seem to be getting things together in defence too. An easy 3-0 win for Chelsea. West Ham v Fulham. Fulham finally got their first win of the season last time out against struggling newcomers West Brom. So they should have a bit more confidence as they head across the city to East London to play the Hammers. West Ham, of course, have picked up some good results recently after a poor start, and we'll see this as an opportunity to record a vital 3 points against a team that they will feel that they are better than. But West Ham have a habit of shooting themselves in the foot in games where you expect them to win, and without top scorer Antonio, this may well be a factor that levels the playing field for Fulham, and I think this is going to end up 1-1. West Brom v Spurs then. West Brom have looked very poor all season and they lack the quality that you need in the Premier League. Until I see evidence to the contrary, then I think they'll struggle in any game, and there's no way I can predict anything other than a very comfortable Spurs away win here. 3-0 to Tottenham. Leicester v Wolves. This is a match that I'm really looking forward to. Both teams have good squads, they play good football, they have good managers who have a clear plan. They also boast two of the best strikers in the league in Jamie Vardy and Raul Jimenez. Leicester are currently second in the league and Wolves are sixth. However, I give Leicester the edge in this game just because I feel like they've found their groove more quickly than Wolves this season, and Vardy cannot stop scoring. An entertaining match with a few goals. I think it'll be 3-2 to Leicester. Manchester City v Liverpool now. Hopefully this will be more of a contest than it was the last time these two played in the league at the Etihad. Of course, Liverpool, fresh off the back of winning the title last time, went to Man City and tanked. But I wouldn't read too much into that result at all. This game means a lot more for both teams. This time, a desperate Man City face Liverpool, who found their way to the number 1 spot again. Man City know losing, even at this stage of the season, may well be too damaging for them to overcome in terms of a title challenge. Also, Liverpool have conceded a lot of goals, and without Van Dijk, I can see that continuing, to be honest. But I do think this game will end in a draw. I think it'll be 2-2. Arsenal v Aston Villa now, and Villa have come back down to earth with a bump after a really terrific start to the season, and they've now lost their last 2 games. They've done well defensively until the horror show against Southampton last week, so the question is, can they be more solid against a very hot and cold Arsenal team? Maybe that's a little unfair, because Arsenal have had some very tough matches, which probably has told them a lot about their true level. Maybe they're not as good as they sort of hoped or thought they would be this season. They've had some tough matches. However, I do think Arsenal will have enough to beat Villa in a bit of a tight match. 1-0 to the Arsenal. So there's my preview ahead of the week's Premier League matches this season. What do you think? Do you agree with me? How is your team going to get on this weekend? Let me know in the comments below. Thank you very much for watching this video. If you've enjoyed it, please hit the like button and consider subscribing too. And I will see you really soon for another video.